On behalf of our company, Dulce Cruises, and myself, I would like to welcome you on board this vessel named Delilah. As you know, Malta is a small island, but vast with its history. What I shall be explaining to you along this harbour cruise dates back to the times of the Knights of St. John and the Second World War. Both the Chateau Harbour and the Grand Harbour are replete with forts, bastions, churches and places of great beauty and historical interest. There is much to absorb and to stimulate your imagination. May I also point out to you that the places of interest I'll be explaining to you are mainly onto the right hand side. We shall first cruise around the Chateau Harbour we are in, which has 4 creeks, and later we shall admire the Grand Harbour, which has 6 creeks. So, onto the right hand side, 1565 it was uninhabited except for a chapel dedicated to St. George, of which no trace now remains. Today on Manuel Island there is a small dockyard for maintenance and repairs of yachts. The dockyard has 9 slipways and can take yachts of up to 500 tons. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now cruising by Fort Manuel, dominating Chateau Harbour. Fort Manuel was erected at the command and expense of Grand Master Manuel de Valletta, a Portuguese knight who ruled between 1722 and 1736. The fort would house a garrison of 500 men and is one of the finest in existence. The chapel dedicated to Saint Anthony of Padua, like the fort damaged during the war, is also a work of art. If you look at the fort leading up to the entrance, you can see some very low steps. These were purposely built so low because the knights used to wear heavy suits of armor. If the steps had been any steeper, it would have been difficult and tiring to climb them. Today, the fort is used as a yacht club. The dreaded plague often visited Europe from the east, and of course Malta was no exception. The system of the quarantine originated in the parts of the Mediterranean, and the first lazzaretto, or isolation hospital, was established in Rinella Bay in the Grand Harbour. A permanent one was built on Manuel Island in 1643 by Grand Master de Lascaris. This hospital is known as the Lazzaretto of St. Rocco, and it is the building with the arches coming to our right hand side. Many distinguished visitors passed through the Lazzaretto before they were permitted to visit Malta in the 19th century. Among these were Disraeli in 1839, Sir Walter Scott a year later, and Lord Byron in 1852. The quarantine laws were so severe that negligence by health guards was punishable either by a 3-year term, hard labor in the galleys, or sometimes even by death. It should be remembered that nearly 5,000 men, women and children died between 1813 and 1815 during one of the first epidemics of the plague. It is worth knowing that during the last World War, Lazzaretto Hospital served as a submarine base. We are now entering into the second creek, Lazzaretto Creek, which got its name from the isolation hospital. Here you can see the old yacht marina which can accommodate 350 yachts. Cruising by the other side of Manuel Island. Coming to our right hand side, you can see a small house with green doors and windows. It is the only house on Manuel Island. It was built for the medical doctor in charge of Lazzaretto Hospital. Side, you can see the town of Taj Beach. Taj Beach is the corruption of the Maltese word shpiek, meaning fishing nets. Fishermen used to stretch their fishing nets to dry along the shore. That is how the town got its name. Most of the foreign embassies can be found here. You can spot some of the different embassies from their flags. Up to about 20 years ago, the area of Taj Beach was a very expensive area property-wise. In fact, some of the beautiful aristocratic houses you can see dates back to the 18th century.